So I'm going to in my second email to Officer View, I'm going to connect the dots between Chad Cronin, Pam Bondi, Palos and Poli, Border Patrol, DHS. DHS is basically Border Patrol, USCIS, Secret Service. It's a whole bunch of different agencies. ICE, all of those. And I'll be connecting that to McDonald's, along with not just, I'm adjusting my glasses, not just connecting those dots, motives, whatever, to Epstein's partner and Trump's partner in crime, Palos and Poli, but with that crap with the McVoice survey, having Epstein's partners in crime, Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, Oracle, Peter Thiel at Palantir, Alex Karp, that whacked out frickin' myth tweaking son of a bitch, Heil Hitler, Elon Musk, X and SpaceX, and Lord knows who else. Zuckerberg, Fuckerberg spying on us for McDonald's. And I remember I said, Nick, do you have a limit on how many of these promo survey codes? Is it like so many a day, so many a week? And he said, oh, it'll eventually lock you out. Well, right then I knew that McDonald's had somebody spying on us. So, because how else is McDonald's going to know whose device has been doing those surveys and how many times? Because when you sign in via a 26-digit number on the receipt, and it doesn't ask you your name. You don't sign in with a username or password. So that means Epstein's partners in crime are tracking us. Now, for the record, and for those of you at McDonald's, keep in mind this video, once it's uploaded to YouTube, it is copyrighted. Intellectual property. I'm thinking, why don't they just put an offer? They have the McDonald's rewards. You can have the McDonald's app on your phone. And they give you, rewards for purchases. They give you deals. Why not put a special window on there? Why not put an offer, do a survey, get a free item? And keep track of you, and then put in fine text, so many you can do 5 surveys a month or 5 surveys a week, and keep track of you that way. That way they don't have to include Epstein's partners in crime. So that crap with that McVoice survey, I think that's a way of keeping track of. And their employees said they have to do so many a month. So that means they have Epstein's partners in crime spying on their own damn employees, for fuck's sake. That means all of you at these McDonald's that are helping Michaela's husband kill me, you're next, motherfucker. Here, where I'm at, homeless, no money, no pay, getting my intellectual property stolen, there but for the grace of God go you, motherfuckers. And for the record, so if McDonald's all of a sudden you see an option on the app to do the survey there and get a free item there instead of this McVoice.com, you better plan on writing me a check. And if you do that, that'll be more proof that you're spying on me, knowing your criminal suspects, because your franchisee forget his name, real prick. Amanda was the store manager, Amanda whatever, and I'll have to go look in my Yahoo emails. I've got all their names and email addresses, and I saved all the emails to and from them and to the EEOC, who filed charges against them. That means that you're right in there. You're helping Chad Cronin and Virginia G. Piper and Honor Health. And Piper isn't just an admin at Honor Health. She's a DHS supervisor, which means she's in cahoots with Michaela's husband, McDonald's Michaela's husband, in killing Michaela Raines. Having her husband kill having Michaela Raines' husband kill her at Save a Fox. Y'all motherfuckers got problems. That means you're in cahoots with the Catons. And that piece of shit who tried to lure me into his car the other day. Do not go down with McDonald's Michaela's husband. And for Michaela, since you got all your little cronies here and your fellow McDonald's staff and subordinates standing by you, you better take your ass out to Essex PD and tell them what your franchisee and your husband are making you do, so you don't end up losing your kid. You don't want to go to prison with your husband. He's going to fucking death row. Prison isn't even going to happen, because remember, they're doing all this shit to kill me while falsifying the records, blaming it all on my counterterrorism, counterinsurgency, Navy veteran father, an assassin, and his team of special forces, counterterrorism, counterinsurgency, investigating the assassination of a U.S. president. That means your husband, both Michaela's husbands are going to death row for treason with Mossad and Israel. You want your kid to be what? In foster care? And then grow up not having any parents? Maybe having to live with your relatives in Brazil? Which your husband, his white privileged family ain't going to let that happen. They're going to take her. You can take your asses en masse down to Essex PD and tell them that Michaela's Homeland Security Border Patrol lawyer husband is forcing y'all to do. Now, I don't think Lucia was forced to do anything. I posted the videos about micro expressions and facial coding to show you how I determine who's just following orders and just trying to keep their job and not trying to get killed, and who's an enthusiastic participant. And I made it clear to Ashley, Lucia was an enthusiastic participant. And 2 other managers let me know she's got a long history of problems, of being nasty to people and disrespectful and just a hateful fuck. I mean, she was accusing some kids of she wasn't accusing them of doing crimes, but the fact that she was desperately trying to get a hold of Nick to tell them that there was kids out there. I mean, there was no property damage. Nobody was calling the police. Nobody was coming in here and complaining about the kids. She was just a trifling ass, meddling motherfucker looking for problems to go run and tell like a fucking adult child of an alcoholic. I don't care if she's on the spectrum. So is Hitler. So's Trump. So's Heil Hitler, Elon Musk. Just because you're autistic doesn't mean you're not a white supremacist bigot. And what she lacked in facial expressions, she made up for in her fucking nasty tone to me, and condescending tone, which has been that way for months. And then going out of her way to be nice and friendly to every other paying customer. Never mind the bitch forgets she works in what's called a public accommodation where you don't get to discriminate against anybody for any reason. What's more, as a manager, she should know you don't have beef with any customers. What's her fucking beef with me that I stink? Why do I stink? 'Cause of you, bitch. 'Cause you're helping Michaela's husband kill me. Now, it isn't lost on me that McDonald's and Michaela, her husband's a Border Patrol attorney. What did they do to Amanda Ungaro? And McDonald's Michaela's from Brazil. She probably doesn't want to get either killed or deported to Brazil after McDonald's set her up for maybe call her an embezzler or make some stupid allegation, so then they deport her. I don't want to hear, I don't care if she's got a green card. I don't care if she's got a visa. I don't care how legal she is, especially since she's married to a U.S. citizen. ICE and this Border Patrol and her own fucking husband aren't playing by any laws or rules or due process. They do what the fuck they want to do, when the fuck they want to do it. And who is her husband helping? Pam Bondi and my ex-boyfriend. And Pam Bondi and Paolo Zampoli are on the board of the Kennedy Center. Not that the Kennedy, oh boy. Another thing all of you at McDonald's need to consider is this isn't just about human trafficking or sex trafficking or drug trafficking. This is about the assassination of a setting precedent, an ongoing criminal enterprise, multi-generational criminal enterprise. It started with Barry Goldwater Sr., now his kids are a part of it. Started with Caspar Weinberger, now his nephew, former Burlington Mayor Mira Weinberger's a part of it. Chad Cronin started it, his parents started it, now he's the new generation. It's all about keeping their wealth. Trump's second generation and his kids are third generation in his crime family. When you're coming after me to murder me, and so they can smear my father and murder my father, now you're fucking with the lead investigators on the Kennedy assassination. That's treason too. And the fact that you're doing it with Mossad, oh, y'all got problems. Real motherfucking problems. Now, I'm going to mention Amanda Ungaro and Paolo Zampoli and his connection to Pam Bondi, and how Seeley, the detective who wrote up the warrant to go raid and arrest Amanda Ungaro, said he was cooperating with Homeland Security, aka Border Patrol, and Secret Service, aka Homeland Security. Secret Service and Border Patrol are part of Homeland Security. I know that one of the Goldwaters is a high-ranking admin at Secret Service. So when I say the Goldwaters run DHS, that's exactly what the fuck. And they think they're pretending to. We're protecting. You're protecting your fucking oligarchy. Your fucking technocrats, your tech bros that are keeping track of us for you. So, one thing I want to point out is I did several of the surveys, got locked out on both my tablet and my phone, so I went to the day before this shit happened with Lucia. Well, I'm confused. It's supposed to lock you out after this or that. Basically pissed that I was able to get around McDonald's and their Epstein allies' illegal surveillance. Never mind, they're not surveilling me anyway. So anyway, the day before, I'm at the library And who's there but CIA Paula watching me do the survey? She's sitting back where she can see exactly at such an angle where she can see exactly what I'm doing on the library computer. And the very next day, Lucia shoots her mouth off. I already knew what the fuck was going on. So if you have if for those of you in the Vermont or New York independent investigators, surveillance shows any communications that they knew I was going to the library to be able to continue to do the surveys to get the codes, that's more illegal. That's stalking by McDonald's with CIA Paula, DHS Paula, Border Patrol, ICE Paula, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't think that was a coincidence. They got to play good cop, bad cop. They brought Nick in to pander as LGBT, and they have that other LGBTQ regional manager here pandering me, so they couldn't be the bad guy. They had to use their little suck-up one that's snitching and finding problems where there aren't any, and she did it again. Remember, there's no misrepresentation on my part. I asked Nick, the store manager, what is your limits on these? And he indicated, if you can get the survey done, I'll take it, no limits. He can say, well, my intention was that once you got locked out on your devices that we're fucking spying on by paying Epstein's partners in crime, which makes us Epstein's partners in crime, illegally spying on your devices, that was the limit. Let him say some shit like that. Let him confess to letting Epstein's partners in crime determine how many fucking free items I can get, how many surveys I can do to get a free item. Let him talk some shit like that. So I was setting them up. I knew it was a setup because it didn't make any sense when Robin and Michaela both, when they asked me to do the surveys, I had thrown my receipt away or didn't even get one, but didn't bother to get one at all. Not that there wasn't one printed up, I just didn't grab it, save it. So they actually went over and got a receipt out of the fucking trash. Michaela did. She grabbed a receipt that wasn't from an item that I bought. And then I just kind of, and that was several months ago. Well, then Robin comes up. And she does the same thing, grabs one out of the trash or grabs one off of the receipt printer, wherever she got it, and had me do it, showed me how to scan it on my phone. Well, there's no rule that says I have to use my phone. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to access a website owned by a suspect as a sworn and immunized federal investigator for private attorneys. Just because one of them's under criminal investigation by the rest of them, still. Nobody said anything about eventually it's going to lock you out and you can do this until you get locked out. They shouldn't be locking anybody out of anything. If they want to keep track of how many surveys you do so they can keep track of how many free items you get, it should be a feature on their own fucking McDonald's app that offers deals and promos. Don't tell me they didn't fucking think of that. And if they start doing it after I make this video, motherfuckers will be telling on themselves for stealing intellectual property with Epstein's partners in crime. Now, for those of you at McDonald's, since you're watching this, and Michaela's husband, DHS husband, if they want to start doing that, since I brought it up, tell them they know where I'm at. They can come write me a fucking check. We'll make a deal. You don't write me a check. You just steal my intellectual property like the motherfuckers did and made the movie Roman J. Israel and Jack Reacher and The Accountant and all another. There was a series on some streaming called Code Breaker. Can She Save the World? These motherfuckers already, they're already owing me a whole lot of money. It ain't going to be about the money. The cocksuckers are going to prison and or death row, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And they will hang high in the new Nuremberg trials. You're already halfway there. You want to, you're probably already 100% there. If you want to give me more credibility, go ahead and add that as, add the survey for free food as an option on your app after I've uploaded this. Since you're spying on my shit anyway. Watch what happens. Pull another Kennedy. Kennedy went and fucking basically stole all my intellectual property. Oh, we're going to heal the nation and we the people. Oh, knock yourselves out. But anyway, I'm also, for everybody who's involved in the independent investigation, I'm going to highlight that the relief from abuse is also going to be for McDonald's Michaela, and Michaela Reigns' daughter and her family members, like her mother, her sister, whatever, and her animals. And something needs to be done so that McDonald's and Michaela isn't at risk of ending up like Amanda Ongaro. Or like Michaela Reigns, for that matter. The rest of you at McDonald's, yeah, you're all a bunch of managers that have been here many, many years. You can keep being corporate shills, or you can, and being cronies and acting like a fucking clique, sucking Peter Thiel's dick, or you can take your ass en masse, drive all your cars out at the same time, meet up at Essex PD and say, we need to talk to the chief, we need to talk to a detective. Our franchise is forcing us, our franchise and our former manager's husband, a DHS Border Patrol attorney is making us fuck with somebody that they're trying to kill. Murder, racketeering, sex trafficking, drug trafficking. And I'll post the day that I send the emails to, I'm going to get those emails done. I would have got them done today, but I had goddamn food poisoning again, so I had to I had to be very careful about my activity, make sure I was close to a bathroom, and I had to go ahead and pay $11 to eat at Domino's, because I wasn't going to eat more of the same shit that was going to make me, well, sick. So I didn't get much done today because of more food poisoning. So if y'all think I'm really making off like a bandit getting all that free food, no, I'm spending a fortune on motherfucking Imodium AD and Pepto pills and a whole lot of other shit for hygiene because of the fucking food poisoning. And I'm not doing laundry because as soon as I spend $5 to do a load of laundry, you're gonna make me fucking sick again, and I'll have to spend another $5. So I'm just gonna be very, very careful what I order from the store from now on. No chicken, no sausage. The burgers, for whatever reason, even if they're left in the warmer, for whatever reason, that's a type of meat that isn't going to develop salmonella or whatever the fuck's making me sick. So no, your food, all that free food I'm getting is making me costing me a lot of money and a lot of fucking time.